Welcome to my channel, and I'm back with you once again with another video of the series of the videos that I'm going to do for the tutorial for MSFS 2020 Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Before this, I've been flying Explain 11 a lot, but now I've recently got my hands on the Microsoft Flight Simulator. I've been trying to do the videos, but I've been very busy. That's why you couldn't see me. Most of the people have been actually asking me when I will do the videos, and today is the time when I've actually done them. And right now we are flying from Islamabad to Lahore. We are carrying out an instrument flying reference IFR, low altitude flight, and we are flying at 11,000 feet. Right now the tower has asked me to start the descent, and it's asking me to descend to 8,000 feet. So now I will be descending to 8,000 feet. Just adjust the altitude over here at 8,000 and press this option, engage selected altitude mode.
Airbus A320, please expedite your descent to 8,000 feet.
Okay, we are expediting your request to 8,000 feet. Currently, if you watch the previous video of this tutorial, I've actually told you how to manage your speed and the altitude. Right now, I am manually adjusting the altitude for the system for the flight by pressing this option, engage selected altitude mode. Before this video, I told you if we select the engage manage altitude mode, then the altitude will be actually according to whatever the altitude is coming over here in the MCDU, that is the multi-purpose control and display unit. Now the speed is managed automatically. I'm not adjusting the speed manually for the autopilot. The speed is automatically adjusted, and you can see the speed is getting lower. It's now at 250 knots. So as now we are descending, so the speed is also reducing. Initially I was flying at 320, explained it to you in my video before. So few waypoints to go, and this is the Lahore approach. Now we are descending to 8,000 feet. Let's check the tower
Airbus
communication.
320, climb and maintain 11,000 feet.
He's messing around with me. He is really messing around with me. So this is one thing I would just want to point out in Microsoft Flight Simulator is the tower really messes around with your flight plan. So initially when I was at 11,000 feet, my co-pilot was constantly telling that we are descending to 8,000 feet. And when I was at 11...
320, did you hear my last
Yes, I did.
transmission?
I heard your last communication. Thank you. What should we do?
Climb and maintain 11,000 feet, Airbus 320.
Okay, so I'll press this option. Manage. Will it start climbing? We will see. What's the next waypoint? Is Mateen. Okay, so
Pakistan 8905, you are 20,000 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 10,000 feet.
okay, there's some actual flight 895 and 20,000 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Okay. I think there's some other player flying the flight going very high.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet, Pakistan 8905.
Okay, if I engage the managed altitude, let's see if it works. Nope, it's not working. So we have to increase it to 11,000. It takes some time because the autopilot adjusts the thrust of the plane, and then the plane starts to climb because the autopilot doesn't want to lose on the speed, because if you're climbing and the thrust remains the same,
Pakistan
the speed will
8905,
reduce.
descend and maintain 3,700 feet.
If you watch the first video, that is the flight planning video, you will see that the descent point
Descend and
is
maintain
at
3,700 feet,
So
Pakistan
somehow at
8905.
this point we have to start our descent to the glide slope. I'll tell you in a moment what is a glide slope. Let's cancel the IFR. Instrument flying reference. I don't want to hear the tower.
Center, Airbus A320.
Cancel IFR.
Cancel IFR at this time.
Thank you. So IFR is cancelled.
Airbus A320 IFR flight plan is cancelled. Radar service terminated.
In flying, there is this.
1200.
Okay, thank you.
Maintain VFR.
Thank you.
Frequency change approved.
Thank you. Okay. At this point, I would like to mention that in aviation, there is this point known as the point of descent or top of descent. Now, we'll reduce the altitude and we will keep it to, let's go here and open the flight chart. That's 3,000 feet. So we have to descend to 3,000 feet. Okay. Once the plane starts to descend, I will tell you how I got this airport chart, how to read that, and how to find the glide slope. Okay. So this is the OPLA chart, the Lahore airport chart, Allama Iqbal International Airport chart. You can search them over the internet by simply typing OPLA airport chart PDF, and you will find it. So you have to find it over the Google. They are freely available. Now, this is known as the approach plate. This page is known as the approach plate. This is ILS localizer Z, runway 36R. This is what we are using for our flight. You can see the heading of the runway 360 degrees. You can see the ILS over here, which we have entered previously in the videos. I think the second video that we did. Now, this is the glide slope. You should be at this waypoint Allama. You should be at 3,000 feet in order to catch the glide slope for the ILS. So that's why I will start my. Let's say I'm here in point during the flight, 11,000 feet. I will descend to 3,000 feet. By the time I'm at Allama, I should be at 3,000 feet. I have to be at 3,000 feet so that I can catch the ILS glide slope to perform an ILS. So this is it. How we perform the ILS, you will be learning in this video. Okay, now you can see this that the plane is descending at 2,100 feet per minute. Vertical speed is 2,100 feet per minute. We're descending down to 3,000, and the barometer pressure we're using is 29.57. Everything is looking good so far. I forgot to turn on the flight director. Turn on the flight director. And the moment we are at 3,000 feet at the point Allama, we will change to this option, that is turn on the ILS for the ILS approach. It's very simple and very easy. You can see this is the trim, which keeps the nose up and down, the pitch of the plane. The trim actually helps doing this, so the autopilot is controlling right now. At this point, Allama, here at this point, we should be at 3,000 feet at this point. Now the speed is reducing because right now I have engaged this speed mode, that is the engage manage speed mode. So that's why the plane has stopped to descend. Don't worry about that if it happens to you, because the plane is controlling the speed. Once the speed is reduced, then it will start descending. Okay, I think it's time to lower the flaps by one notch, by one position, and here you go. You can see the flaps coming out. See? So we have the flaps. Speed is reducing because flaps create drag. So once the speed is controlled, then the plane will again start to descend to 3,000 feet. So don't worry about that if it happens to you during the flight. Let's look at the MCDU Allama. You can see 2,800. But over here it's 3,000, so it doesn't make a difference. Pinom, we should be at 3,800. Pinom, over here. And this waypoint we should be at 3,800. If we are not at 3,800, I will try to increase the vertical speed so that we can descend. Vertical speed actually controls the speed of the plane. So both of these options are connected to each other. If you increase your speed right now, your vertical speed will increase. I'll show you. I'll give you this experiment. So let's change the mode from engaged manage speed mode, in which the speed is managed by the MCDU. I will set it to this 180, and let's increase the speed. Let's say if I keep the speed at 250. Okay, I'll keep the speed over here because as I've my positions at flaps at position 1, so this is the red line. I cannot go above that. I will be overspeeding with the given flaps. So when I've increased the speed, you can see my vertical speed has increased tremendously, and the altitude is reducing dramatically as compared to before. Now it's again at 1500 and 1600, so it will keep on increasing. But if I decrease the speed, the glide slope will, the vertical speed will decrease. Okay, so for the information, so I'll reduce the speed to 180, and the plane is going to level off at 3,000 feet. It's slightly just before this point, but it's okay because the main issue with this Microsoft Flight Simulator is this that I've identified. It doesn't give you the top of descent. I think maybe the tower controls the descent and everything. That's why this option is not coming up. Otherwise, if you're flying in X-Plane 11, you can see the top of descent in the MCDU plus over here on the screen. It comes a small circle in Boeing, and in Airbus I think it's a cross like this, which comes as a point where you have to start your descent. So I don't know, but we have the information over here, the waypoints. We can just manage from here the descent. No need to worry about that. And plus the flight planning initially, when we know the point from where we have to start our descent. So nothing to worry about. But the deciding on the top of descent is like one of the most important things during the flight, because once you are flying, you don't know when to start the descent towards the airport. So if you start your descent early, you will reach this descent point. The glide slope way before the point. And if you decide you decide to start the descent late from the top of descent, from the point where you have to start your descent, then there are chances that you will overshoot the runway. You will come at a very high altitude, and you won't be able to catch the glide slope. So you have to exactly know where the top of descent is to start the descent, and then manage your descent accordingly so that you are at the given altitude before the waypoint. So Ilama is coming over here, the second Pinome, after Pinome, the next waypoint, and we are roughly at 3,000 feet, so nothing to worry about that. Everything is looking good so far. The speed is 180. Let's reduce to 150 further. My speed should be 140 at the landing. Sorry for this. I think my this whole thing is getting stuck. The reason being I am using ultra settings. Let's look at it. If I go to the graphics, I'm using everything as ultra. So if I reduce to medium, let's do it for this purpose, so that medium, and plus, as I think my screen capture software is running, and plus I'm also running in windowed mode. That's why I'm getting some breaks applying graphic changes. Okay, thank you. So that's why this issue is happening. So now I am running at, I think, this thing. Now it's solved. Sorry for this glitch. Actually, I'm new to this flight simulator. I'm also learning everything new every day, and that's why there are a few things that are happening which I'm learning how to control it. It took me a great deal of effort to basically learn and to control all this, because once you're watching a video, I know that there are many points that people cover, but still there are some certain points which are left, and once you try to do that in the flight simulator, You tend to skip them, or you tend to not to follow them. Due to this reason, you don't get the desired results. So it gets very difficult. So you have to experiment that. And starting the simulator again, it's a very painful process. So if your landing is not good, you have to start all over again. But over here in this flight simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator, it give you an option to directly travel to different points. So let's say if over here you've made a mistake, you were very high, you can start the simulator again, and you can then select this option, let's say final or approach or taxi, to basically go straight away to that if you want to do it again. But if you love flying, I think you would like to fly again. In a 1 hour flight, it's okay. But obviously, if you're doing a 10 hours or 4 hours flight, and if you make a mistake, you can do it all over again. But I start my flight from the beginning if I make a mistake, only because of this reason that if I make a mistake, let's say at the ending of the flight, it helps me to basically to master the techniques that I did before the takeoff, or during the takeoff, or during the cruise. So it helps me to refine my simulation experience and qualities over there, and plus to rectify the problem that I made during the landing. I hope I was clear. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm getting these jerks, but I even reduced the graphic settings, but I don't know. Okay, now let's turn on this ILS thing and see. So now you can see these two diamonds, the vertical and the horizontal alignment with the runway. So now the plane is aligning itself with the runway. Horizontally and vertically. So now let's press this approach button, and the plane will start at descent. Once this diamond is over here in the middle line, press the approach button. Now the approach will start. Lower the gears, reduce the speed. Now you can see the runway. Speed is not getting it. Let's apply the brakes. These are the air brakes. If you want to reduce the speed, now you can see the speed is reduced. You can release the brakes. Just moments before the runway, I will turn off the autopilot. The speed is again increasing. I think the approach has messed up with the speed. I'm coming in at a great speed. It's 170. It's not good. I'll do one thing. Just like manual thing. I'll just apply the speed brakes, reduce the speed.
300.
Turn off the autopilot, and sorry guys about this jerk. I don't know. I will try to figure out how to where's the runway?
100.
Yeah.
650.
So it was a missed approach. Sorry guys for this. Actually, I think this jerky graphic settings really messed up the landing. I was really looking forward to landing the plane, but unfortunately I've not been able to do that. It was the missed approach. I will come again and land it, but obviously I'm not going to cover this in this tutorial. So far in this tutorial, I'll just keep it here. And let's change. Okay. This was a disaster. I shouldn't have been doing this thing. Thank you very much for staying with me. I have to check my graphic settings and plus installation. Maybe I've installed it on my hard drive. That's why this thing is happening. But in the last few days, I was not experiencing these jerks. It was running fine. It was running very smooth. I think maybe the screen capturing software is messing up with the settings. So maybe I'll try to handle that. We should have been at the runway right now, but we are not. But the main focus of these videos, the series of videos, was not to was actually to land the plane from Islamabad to Lahore, but it was not a landing tutorial. It was like flight planning and autopilot and ILS and everything. I will try to do more videos today as well and tomorrow because it's a weekend for me, and I will try to do the maximum number of videos. Thank you very much for staying with me, and please do not give any negative comments on the landing. I know I messed it up and I will fix it up. Thank you very much. I hope you would have enjoyed it, and these videos are purely for the simulation purpose, not for the real world flying. If you want to learn the real world flying schools are there for you. There are some other sources, and do let me know, and plus also let me know that if you want me to do any other videos on any other airport or any other flight plan. In the future, I will be also trying to do Boeing 787 and 747. Thank you very much for staying with me. Hope to see you soon.